Okay, guys, I'm going to demonstrate something in regards to accessibility. Some of you may know I'm a blind web developer. I've been programming for about 12 years now, and I just recently started learning React and some of the more modern web development frameworks. And I wanted to demonstrate something called aria-live. Now, aria, for those of you who don't know, is basically what different attributes you can add to your markup to help screen readers to know when text has changed and when that text is important to be announced to the user. So there's different attributes. There's aria role, which can tell the screen reader. For example, if you have aria role equals dialogue, I believe that automatically traps focus so that it can't leave the dialogue, and it makes the screen reader announce that you're in a dialogue so that people kind of know what to expect when they run into, a modal on the web. But I'm going to demonstrate aria-live today. Now I have a little registration form set up that I'm playing around with that I'll probably put on GitHub. And as part of that registration form, I have the price changing based on setting certain options within the form. And I'm going to demonstrate different ways that change can be announced. So I'm going to start up my screen reader here. I'm using a program called NVDA on Windows. This also works with JAWS. And I'm going to try it with Narrator and see if it works with that too, but I'm pretty sure it will work with Narrator, at least on Windows 10, not Windows 7. Windows 7 Narrator is horrible. But Windows 10, they made a lot of improvements to it. So Microsoft did. So kudos to them. So I'm going to bring up
Task
NVDA here. There we go. So I'm using a braille display also, but I have the speech on so you guys can hear what I'm doing. So I'm going to go into my Visual
Movies and
Studio
TV
Code
debut.
here.
C. Video Bing Internet React App Register Form.js.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I already have my form open. Let me close Visual
Movies
Studio
and
Code and reopen it again here. Sometimes it
Taskbar.
doesn't like me.
Movies and Register NP. Movies and debut. Video React NP Register Form.reg.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Tab less dive aria level 2 level 3 register form dot.
Okay, here we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I already have some of these aria-live attributes set. I'm going to remove those so you can see what it does without any aria markup. So I'm going to
Aria greater unselected. Greater.
remove
Space.
that
Greater.
and save that. Okay, so now
Movies and debut. C. Video Bing React App Mozilla Fire React App.
I'm using Firefox. So if I make a
List
change
with 2 items. Home. Register. Tab control. Main tab selected. Food up. People tab. Food up. Food option.
one of the options here.
Roast beef sandwich $30.
Okay.
Saturday
so,
chapter break. Total price $30.
So right now it's set to $30. If I check this,
Food up.
if I uncheck the chapter breakfast checkbox, it should go down to 25. And
Not checked.
there we go. So if I see, it didn't announce anything about the price changing, but if I look down at the bottom of the screen,
Total price $25.
it will tell me that it's $25. Now I know that it's there because I made the form. But a blind user who's coming through my form for the first time, they're changing things and they're not necessarily realizing that the price is changing because it's not being announced on the screen. It's changing, but it's it's being ignored. So that's kind of not cool. I mean, it's not the end of the world in this case, but if you were having validation messages or things like that, that might be a little more important. And even this is kind of important. It's kind of nice to know that your price is changing as you're setting fields. So I'm going to
register form.
go back into Visual Studio Code here, and I'm going to set aria-live, live equals polite, which is the default option. It's supposed to be polite and assertive. I've never really seen a difference between the two, I don't think. Assertive is supposed to be more, it's supposed to interrupt whatever you're doing to announce the change, but I don't think I've ever seen that happen. So anyway, so now I have it set to polite, and now you'll see what happens here. So it's going to start out at $30.
List with 2 items. Home vid.
If I go
Register
back to
tab
where it
control.
was.
Food Saturday chapter breakfast.
Now if I
25.
okay,
Not
that's
checked.
a little better. It said 25, but that still doesn't really tell us what happened. So it's announcing the text change as it changed. So I have a use effect hook that whenever anything changes on the form, it recalculates the price. So it took the $5 off. So, all right, that's kind of nice, but that's still not exactly what I want. In this case, I want the whole div to be announced. Now, you might not always want that if you're in a chat app, for example, and you have a div that has all the messages in it. You don't want all the messages announced when somebody has a new message, So in that case, this would probably be fine. But for this
React
case,
app.
I want the whole div to be announced. So there's another attribute called aria-atomic, and that is set to false by default, which means that it only announces the text that changed. I am going to add that to this div and set it to true. Assuming I can type.
Item true, comma, ducks colon, null.
And save.
React.
And now
List with tab control. Food set chapter breakfast. Total price $25.
yeah, now it's announcing
Not checked.
the total price, the whole div, which is exactly what I want. So, there's several different ways, as you can see, to announce it here. The only hiccup, and this is, I'm just not quite sure how to fix this. I'm sure there's a way. If I load the page here, it's going to announce the price twice. Once before it starts the calculation and once after. So
React app. Total price $30.
Oh, it only announced it once that time. Sometimes it does it twice and sometimes it does it once. Probably because I silenced the speech. But anyway, so that worked. So that's okay. Now it'll do that
List
anytime the price changes. Like
home visit. Register.
Has nothing to do with that checkbox. So like if I
food option people.
I have a people tab where you can add additional people, and if I delete
out of button out of list button add out of button list with 1 items button delete.
Yeah, so I delete that person.
Total price $20.
Yeah, see it. Anytime I would make a change to that form that would change the price, it will announce that it will announce that div. So that's kind of cool. So you want to be kind of careful with that. I mean, obviously, if you had a timer, you wouldn't want it set that way. But for something like this, where it's just going to be definitely changing based on information, that's user action, I think it's appropriate. So thought I would demonstrate that. If anybody has any questions, make a comment and I'll try to answer it. Or if you have anything else you'd like me to talk about, make a comment and I'll see if I can make a video on it. Thanks, guys.